Fresh blow for Xi Jinping's Belt and Road Initiative as Philippines becomes latest country to exit China's $1 trillion project of the century. Before we dive in details, please subscribe to the channel and stay always one step ahead to know all global important events happening around you. Give a thumbs up and share the video with your family and friends. Let's move on with the video. New Delhi. In what could be yet another blow for China's $1 trillion project of the century, Philippines has become the latest country to exit the ambitious Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. This comes just days after Chinese President Xi Jinping hosted leaders of 23 countries for the Belt and Road Forum in Beijing in an effort to breathe fresh life into the ambitious infrastructure plan, which has slowed down considerably in the last few years. According to Asia Times, the Philippine Department of Transportation has announced the full termination of a series of big-ticket infrastructure projects with China in favor of Japanese and other Western rivals. Philippines, with whom China shares an uneasy relationship due to their disputes in the South China Sea, has said that nearly all of China's key investment initiatives in the country are in doubt due to both economic and political factors. In fact, Philippines' decision to distance itself from the Belt and Road Initiative seems to stem from the long-standing bilateral concerns over disputed territories in the South China Sea. The government under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. recently expressed worries about China's actions, particularly its intimidation of Philippine patrols and resupply missions near the Second Thomas Shoal. This area is where Manila has stationed troops on a grounded ship, Asia Times reported. Shortly after the collision, Philippine Transportation Secretary Jaime Batista announced the scrapping of $4.9 billion worth of Chinese major infrastructure projects, which included 2 railway projects in Luzon and another in former President Rodrigo Duterte's home island of Mindanao. "We have 3 projects that won't be funded by the Chinese government anymore. We can't wait forever. And it seems like China isn't that interested anymore," Batista said during a forum organized by European investors in Manila. The country is now looking at alternative and more favorable deals from traditional investment partners like Japan, South Korea, US, and the European Union. The Chinese projects which are expected to be put on hold in Manila include the Mindanao Railway Project, Tagum Davao Digos segment, the Chico River Pump Irrigation Project, the new Centennial Water Source, Kaliwa Dam Project, the Samal Island Davao City Connector Project, and a closed-circuit television project in multiple cities throughout Metro Manila. The development would mark a new low in Philippine-China relations after years of warm engagement under the pro-Beijing Duterte. The development presents yet another challenge for President Xi as he tries to convince the world to bet on the massive infrastructure project, which is dubbed as his brainchild. One by one, countries are reconsidering their participation in the Belt and Road Initiative. It's like a domino effect. Indeed, we've seen this effect ripple across the globe, with nations expressing doubts or outright leaving the initiative. Italy, for instance, has been vocal about its concerns. The country's defense minister, Guido Crosetto, dubbed Italy's decision to join the Belt and Road Initiative as improvised and atrocious. The pact, according to him, has resulted in a surge of China's exports to Italy, without significantly impacting Italy's exports to China. Italy is now contemplating a diplomatic exit from the initiative by the end of this year. And it's not just Italy. The Middle East is also caught in the crossfire of this geopolitical tug-of-war. The United Arab Emirates, a crucial US ally, expressed worry over the US-China showdown and subsequently closed a Chinese facility over US allegations of military use. This move could set the stage for China's growing trade relationships in the region, challenging US hegemony. Yet, the US pressure on countries to resist Chinese investments seems to be falling on deaf ears. It's ineffective without substantive power and alternative deals. As a result, countries are likely to gravitate towards China due to the lack of alternatives offered by the US. However, it's not all smooth sailing for China. The Belt and Road Initiative has been facing its share of criticism and issues, with 35% of projects affected by significant problems, leading to project suspensions or cancellations, and countries accumulating hefty debt to China. The initiative is losing its shine. This series of exits raises questions about the future of the Belt and Road Initiative. As more countries express concerns and consider their exit, the dominoes continue to fall. The question remains, will China manage to keep the initiative afloat, or will the Belt and Road Initiative collapse under the weight of its ambitious goals and mounting controversies? The development presents yet another challenge for President Xi as he tries to convince the world to bet on the massive infrastructure project, which is dubbed as his brainchild. Just a few weeks ago, Italy, the only G7 country that was part of BRI, said it would withdraw its participation by the end of this year since the project failed to meet its expectations. According to a Bloomberg report, the overall BRI activity has come down by a massive 40% from its 2018 peak due to economic crisis in China and debt woes of the participating nations. A recent Boston University study said that many of the recipients of Chinese finance are subject to significant debt distress, even though China's development finance institutions provided partner states with over $331 billion between 2013 and 2021. A Bloomberg report said BRI's momentum has tapered off in recent years amid accusations that China is an irresponsible lender that is driving countries to default. Countries like Sri Lanka are the prime examples of China's vociferous lending and ambiguous debt plans. Moreover, China's fractured ties with US have made association with BRI, seen as President Xi Jinping's pet project, as increasingly divisive. The shift in the Philippines' approach to the BRI reflects not only geopolitical considerations, but also larger concerns about factors ailing the infrastructure plan, including China's economic slowdown and debt trap fears. But as countries exit the initiative, it's not just China that is left in a precarious position. These nations must navigate the complex web of global politics, balancing their economic needs with the political implications of their decisions. As the Belt and Road Initiative continues to face challenges, its impact on global politics is undeniable. The question now is, how will these shifts in geopolitical dynamics shape the future of global politics and international relations? Only time will tell. As we look back on the journey of the Belt and Road Initiative, one thing becomes clear. This ambitious project, once heralded as a beacon of international cooperation and economic development, is now under scrutiny. The rising doubts and exits by countries once eager to participate are testament to this. From Italy, the only G7 nation to have signed onto the initiative, expressing concerns about the viability of the agreement, to the UAE, a key US ally, suspending a multi-billion-dollar deal due to US demands to drop Huawei. These instances reveal a pattern of growing apprehension and skepticism. Moreover, the domino effect of these exits on global politics is undeniable. It has shifted the geopolitical dynamics, with superpowers like the US and China vying for influence. The once trillion-dollar project now stands on shaky ground, with 35% of projects affected by significant issues, leading to suspensions or cancellations. While the future of the Belt and Road Initiative remains uncertain, its impact on global politics continues to unfold, raising critical questions about the nature of international cooperation and economic development.